Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. Let's get it. Piedmont Lithium, ticker symbol PLL, took a hit today and has been slowly selling off for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then today, the 6th day, Monday, October 21st. We have earnings coming up November 7th, and the reason it's been selling off, or maybe today's bar was based on JP Morgan downgrading the stock from a neutral to underweight and lowered the price target from $9 to $8. Okay, so let's see. Exchange traded funds, equity future, lower pre-bell Monday as investors prepare for a major earnings week. JP Morgan downgrades Piedmont Lithium to underweight, lowers price target to 8. Okay, so I think the thing with Piedmont is that we got a lot of news going on right now with North Carolina. They're trying to get they got the president and the not the president, the vice president and the former President Trump. They're both in North Carolina trying to win the state because of the 16 electoral votes. And then we also had the FEMA issue going on there, as well as the idea that maybe the storm or the tornado or whatever it was that hit North Carolina was man-made, manufactured. So and of course that they feel that that which has been recently in the news as well, the large lithium mine or supply or that they found in that area also is another cause for concern. And I think that maybe if you can get it off of if you run the price down, one, you can get it cheaper, and two, people stop looking at stocks that are companies that appear to be failing. Okay, so lithium at this point is just a I don't want to say it's a long term. It would basically be a long term trade because of the fact that not till 2035 is California supposed to be switching over to electric vehicles or won't be selling any more gas powered vehicles in the state. From what I understand, I have to clarify that to be for sure, but from what I understand, we're supposed to be going all electric. As far as I know at this point, we don't really have the infrastructure for it, but that's what they're saying they want to do, and I believe it's 2025. So, not 2025, 2035. But at any rate, you're going to need lithium and nickel and all this other stuff in order to make batteries. So unless they come up with some other materials to make a different type of battery or a better battery or what have you. But at this rate, lithium is a long-term type trade. You can get in here and get out up here and rinse and repeat until it becomes a real thing where we actually see that this stock is making money. But at this point right now, it's not really doing what it's supposed to be doing. You can get in this trade at $6.50 and get out at $15, and you make $9 on the trade. So but at this point right now, we're getting into a bear market because of the downgrade and whatever reasons. And I think it just has to do with what just happened in the state of North Carolina, because Piedmont is Um, it's in Beaumont or Belmont. It's on what is that? El Cadwell Street, Belmont, California. Belmont, North Carolina. Belmont, California. Belmont, North Carolina is where Piedmont is. Piedmont Lithium Inc. Um, so I think there's a lot going on right now there, and so production may be cut off. All kind of stuff could be going on right now, causing the stock to sell off. So it's definitely a pause for me at this point because we don't know where we're heading until we start heading back up. But currently, and once earnings comes out, we'll know if they were positive or if they were, still having issues, or if they were having issues. And then we'll have to wait until we get into next year and then wait for another earnings to find out where we are from there. But it's definitely something. It's definitely something I'm going to keep on my radar. I'm currently not in the trade. But I'm going to keep an eye on it. Probably come back to it when I start to see it start to move. I might start talking about it again and let everybody know what I'm seeing. We also have the Piedmont Lithium PLLTL, and it also sold off a little bit, but it got some support at this 10-cent area. So, but it's also going into a bear camp. So be careful with that one as well. But yeah, the PLL, TL, and PLL are currently looking weak and may continue to go lower. So be careful with those. We had our holiday trade, Lulu Lemon, which is starting to move up again. Look for some support at $2.94. They did put in this little bar here, $12 bar down, but then we recovered and took it out today. So look for tomorrow to be another positive day for Lulu, and heading on into the end of the year. And I think we should be at about $3.98 by the end of the year on Lulu. Also, another holiday trade was, I think it was Ulta. Ulta's kind of bouncing around, but it's got a little bit of support here in this 360 area. Was it Ulta? What was it? Let's see. I should just do a rundown, but rundowns take so long. I don't know if you guys want to sit around for an hour's worth of rundown. I guess we can do a rundown. But what was the other holiday trade? Yeah. Let's see, do I have oh wait, what's that? Alright. Oops. Let's do a holiday rundown. I got a watch list that I built, and I'm probably going to have to add some more to it because it doesn't have very much in it. But let's start with Apple. Apple's got looking positive. Found some support around $233. Looking like it's going to retest this $237.23. And we definitely need to get above that and find some support before moving higher. Right now, Apple is bullish, and watch out because we got earnings coming up on October 31st. And October 31st, that earnings is on a, what day is that on? That's a Thursday, and of course we have Take Back Friday, so We can either be up or down after this earnings report. If we continue higher into the earnings report, I think we might get a little bit of a pullback. If we get a pullback before we go into the earnings report, we might get a push higher. So, but definitely want to get above this 237 area and find some support before moving higher. We need to stay above our moving averages. So far, it's respecting our 5 simple moving average and our 20. So let's keep those going in a nice direction, and we should stay positive with Apple. Next up is our holiday Amazon. And as you can see, Amazon is looking pretty good right now. It's got a positive move today. That down a little bit. It's moving positive. It's running into a little bit of resistance in this area in here. Trying to get above this $188 area, but it definitely is holding on. As you can see, we got a close here at 189.07, so we're definitely closed above our area. Our open was at 188.05, so we opened up above our 188 area, so we're looking pretty good here and wanting to go higher. Tomorrow, going Tuesday. What is today? Yes, today is Monday. So tomorrow, Tuesday, we should push a little higher, retesting this the high of this bar here. We want to close above that 187. No, wait a minute. We want to close above the high 189.83. So we want to close up here somewhere, taking out this red and that red, would show us even more positive and bullish, wanting to go higher on Amazon. Of course, it's got its earnings on October 31st, so be careful. We can either spike up or spike lower after earnings. Alright, next up is Bath and Body Works, and we got a little bit of a sell-off today in Bath and Body Works. See if they have some bad news. Hedge fund billionaire Daniel Leo bets on Trump win, singles out the recent buy as having a significant upside potential. I'm not sure what that means. Bath & Body Works says bonjour to Emily in Paris fans with new holiday partnership. Alright. And Tesla Advisory Group maintains outperform on Bath & Body Works, maintains 42 price target. Okay, well they're positive. Teasley Advisory Group, wherever they are, saying it's going to outperform, but we got a little bit of a pullback today. We have to wait and see what happens. We're still with our moving averages, so we haven't closed below those. So let's wait and see what tomorrow brings. Currently, we're in a bear market, so be careful with Bath & Body Works. Next up is Dick's Sporting Goods, and Dick's has always been a pretty good mover. Currently, it's got some windows open, I think, but currently it wants to stay positive. Had a little pullback today, which I think most of the market did kind of have a pullback today anyhow. So we'll have to see what Tuesday brings. Maybe Tuesday will bring us a nice green bar, and then Wednesday also. Currently, it's bullish. It's in an uptrend. It's which one is this here? That's my 200 moving exponential. So yeah. So right now we're currently bullish. We got our 200 SMA and our 200 exponential. Everything is pointing up. We got our 5-day acting as support. That's our 150 acting as support. We got our 5 coming up and our 20. We need to get this 5 up here and the 20 behind it, and the 150 down behind that one, and then we know we're definitely bullish at that point. But yeah, we need a nice green bar tomorrow. Will let us know we're bullish and heading higher on Dick's. Next up is Lulu. I think I already mentioned Lulu. We need to stay above this 294. Retest we got these moving averages coming down, which is going to cause some resistance. So we need to get through these moving averages. And just like in, if you notice in Piedmont, it got up here to this one here. the simple moving average, and it slapped it right back down. And so you have to be careful with Lulu. It may blow through and it may just, respect the moving averages and sell off and come back in here and look for some support in this area. So just be careful how you trade it. It's, the average true range of this stock is $9.13. So, and this bar right here was a $12 bar. So this red bar was a $12 bar. So it can, do $12 or it can do $9, but the average is $9. So be careful with this one. But right now it's trying to get positive, but it has a lot of overhead resistance coming up. So be careful with Lulu. But I see it. I believe it's going to push all the way up through 398 because of how it's been trading up until this point, and I'll go out a little bit further so you can see that. But so you see our Christmas trade on Lulu, it pushes up from here, left from September all the way up into December before selling off. Okay, here same thing, right? You got here same thing up until Christmas time. And here the same thing up until Christmas time. So I suspect we're going to do the same thing this year for the Christmas trade and cause too much havoc. I think we just got to get through the whole thing with the presidential. Once we get past November 5th, I think it's going to be off to the races. That's just the only problem right now. Is just November 5th is all that's on everybody's mind. They're not talking about Thanksgiving, which is after November 5th, or the Black Friday. Right now it's all about the election and all about Trump saying this and Kamala saying that. So, and Elon Musk, who's gotten into politics for some reason. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's Lulu. But I suspect Lulu is going to continue higher until the end of the year. So don't panic if you see red bars. I think they're going to be red bars and more greens than red. Macys went back to retest his high at $16, and it had an open window up here at about 17. So I suspect it's going to find a green bar in here somewhere, find some support on these moving averages, and retest this high here at 16. It's got some overhead resistance coming from the moving averages up here, and so it needs to get through that away as well. But I believe that Macys is also one of those, like I said. Well, actually, this one has Macys kind of towards the end of the year usually does pretty well. Like here it moved pretty well towards the end of the year. Here not so good, but once it got over the end of the year, it moved well into the middle of the next year, January, February. It moved pretty well. So here before, thereafter, and let's see. Let's go back a little bit further. Okay, here it just kept going all the way up through the whole, from, what is that? Oops. Here it went from October 29, 2020 all the way up through to November 2022. So that was an awesome move for Macys anyway. So, yeah, Macys will surprise you at times. But yeah, look for the end of the year trade on Macys. And it might get a late start like it did here. Got a late start, but just kept going on through. Right here, gone up, pulled back, and then went a little higher before selling off. Same thing here. Shot up through and sold off. And even pushed up a little higher into the next year, into March. So, before selling off. So I kind of expect Macys to do something. Got to give it some time, of course. And of course, you can see get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. That was a nice move right there. Who would have thunk? So that's Macys. But yeah, expected to go higher through the end of the year. Nike. Nike is usually pretty well in the same thing, right? September to December, August to December, September to December. Well, that kind of cut off a little early there on that one. That was November, but still a nice move. Here, this is 2020 through to 2021. Yeah, that's interesting. A lot of these ones during the COVID were just freaking going nuts. That was the same thing. 2020, 2021. Yeah, these bad boys are going nuts. Was that after COVID was about what, 2020? Yeah, 2020. That's interesting. What's this one? 2020. 2021. Yeah, these guys were making pretty good money for some reason during the COVID time. What is this one? 3/23/20 to 11/23/21. Huh. Somebody was getting paid. They were clocking lots of dollars. Wonder if anybody noticed it. Oh, who's this? Bath and Body Works. 3/23/20, 8/2/21, 11/15/21. Yeah. Major stores got paid while everybody else got shut down, huh? Apple. What did Apple do then? Oh shit. Apple. 3/30/20. To 12/21. 4/22. 8/22. 7/23. Can't really count that though, because Apple's a good stock, so it should continue to go higher. Those other ones just kind of like, wait a minute, what the? Oh, but anyway, back to the. What was that? Sorry about that. Yeah, keep y'all up all night. So we got next up is Starbucks, and Starbucks, as you can see, from pushed up through the new year. Same thing here, push up through the new year. Found some resistance at 126 here and sold off. Came back down here, found some support, pushed back up. Starbucks is most likely going to retest this these highs in here. About 107.33. We get above that, we're gonna go back and maybe retest this 126.32 area. But as you see, it's retested this $71 area a bunch of times, so it's been respecting this $71 area. So, but Starbucks, we know that this is a good support area. Had a window open here, so those are issues. Got to close those windows. We had a window open here, we came down and closed it, and then we made a new window down here. So then we jumped up and that made another window. So, and right now it looks like we want to go higher. So we may continue higher into the new year. We got earnings coming up on the 30th of October, so watch out for that. Maybe it might be a catalyst to knock us back down here and close this window, or it may just keep taking us higher. So yeah, be careful with Starbucks. But right now, currently, it's positive and it's a go. It's a buy at this point. No bad news. I don't see any news in here that might cause it to have any issues. So, earnings report is going to be the only thing that might slow it down, and that's on October 30th. All right. Currently, it's bullish, but with a window. All right. Next up is Target. Another holiday trade. Window, huge window down here at around $118. We should have some support at 104 if it does want to go back and close that window. We have another support up here at about 140. Nice red bar, 2 red bars here recently, which is so we had 2 reds and a green, and then a big red took out that green, but we look like we got some support right here with the moving exponential, the 200 moving exponential. So tomorrow we need a green bar, and or at least a green bar and then another green bar and then another green bar, but that's a pretty big bar, so we need a nice big bar to show us that they're just kidding. But right now it's heading into a bearish market, looking for support here at this 200, and if we break below this 200, watch out, we may continue going lower. We got a window open down here as well, so we may continue to go lower to close this window also. So yeah, window here and a window. What was that other window? Maybe that's it. Just this window here, around 136.78 on target. In the near future, but for our off future, we have 114. Maybe close this window down here around 114. And then we got a huge window open up here that needs to be reconciled also around $210. So yeah, I guess it's as good as mine on this one, what it's going to do. I know they were having to deal with a lot of theft and whatnot. While the government was playing games with the businesses, allowing people to go in and steal, and now they got this new thing in California where you can steal up to they have to keep track of how much you're stealing until you get over $1,000 before you're considered a real thief and you get arrested. So ridiculous. But yeah, so but yeah, Target had to deal with a lot of that. I know people that were going to Target, and, well, I shouldn't say that. I know of people that I heard that were doing that kind of stuff, and I was thinking, that's just crazy, because you know they're gonna get your picture and they'll be looking for you at some point when they decide they're really gonna crack down on this stuff. So all you people that are out there running around think you're getting away with something. You know, facial recognition is a real thing, and you know it every day you unlock your phone. So don't think that it ain't out there and it ain't watching you. All right, next up, that's enough of my soapbox thingy. Next up is Walmart, and Walmart is racking it up right now. It's going crazy. Let's see. Let's get it down to where we can look at. Oh, we don't want to go that small. 3 months in a day. So we got a window open down here on Walmart at about $72 to $68. So maybe some support around here around $66 if we should decide to come back and close that window. So far we're bullish on Walmart though, but it's running into some resistance here at $81, and it made a high of 81.82 here. And we could even move our resistance on that one up a little bit higher if we wanted to. Push it up to where it closed at right there, and we could say about 81.57. 81.50 would be a more proper number, I would think. So let's say 81.50. Okay, so that's our where did that close at? It closed at 81.65. Yeah, I like 81.50 better. Anyway, that's where we're running into some resistance around between $81 and $82. And so be careful with that when we put, we're starting to get a little more red and green showing up. So we don't want too much more red. We want to stay as green as possible. Currently we're in an uptrend though, where the moving averages are way down here though. We got a long way to fall to get caught by one of these guys. So, but they're lined up nicely though. You got your 150, your 200, and your 200, and they're just going straight on up. So that's kind of what you want to see. Only you'd like to see this a little bit closer so we can run with it. But that's okay. We know we got resistance at between $81 and $82. We know we got some support underneath at around $77. And we got our moving averages down here at around 66. And that's the last place we want to be if we're going long in here. But if we're looking to maybe take a short, then hey, you might want to jump in that at some point. We got our earnings coming up on November 19th. And when that happens, we know we can either go higher or go lower. So, don't freak out on that. If you want to do a quick day trade, that's possible. Just kind of keep an eye on it in the morning at your shorter time frames, like maybe your 5-minute or 10-minute or 15-minute time frames or what have you. And, play the bars the way you would play this, You get a nice big green bar, and you're going higher, possibly. Or if you get a nice big red bar going down, you're going lower, possibly. So, but kind of wait. Don't just jump right in first thing in the morning. I noticed lately that first thing in the morning, you'll see large spikes higher, and the next you know, 15, 30 minutes later, it's selling off already again. You're like, wait a minute, I thought we were going higher, but we're not. And that, would look something like, this bar here you see down here where, it was doing one thing and next it ended up doing it. This bar was probably a big red bar at one point, and they pushed it all the way back up. So it went way down and then took off and went way back up above where it was at. And so if you were trying to short it and then it hit that bottom and it took off this way, you were trying to get out as fast as you could because you were about to give back all those gains you made on your short. You know, and if you're quick, you probably go down with it and then close your position and then go long. Make some money both ways, but you ain't gonna do that with a well, I mean, you can with a small account, but you're gonna be 2 day trades, a day trade, 2 trades down, and 1 day trade left, and you'll be sitting out for another week or two, possibly. Anyway, that's it on Walmart. It's right now. It's neither bullish nor bearish. It's just kind of in this holding pattern. Once it decides which way it's going to go, that's when you need to act accordingly. But right now, it's kind of like a neutral zone. Just keep an eye on it. Don't add or subtract in here. Unless you just don't want to wait all this out. Then you can do whatever you want to do. It's your world. But definitely keep an eye on that. And remember, there's earnings coming up on November 19th. Which is going to make its debut. Let's see, last earnings, I think it did pretty well. Yeah, it was positive last earnings, so it should be positive this earnings. I don't think Walmart has had, other than the stuff you see on the internet, has had much problems. I haven't seen all that craziness going on in my Walmart, so maybe you haven't seen it in yours. Alright, so that's it for the holiday trades. That's I'll probably do another one at the end of this week on Sunday night, and so we can see where we're going to start the week off at. Alright, thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.